Hi, this is Stephanie Miller from The Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this exclusive clip from my show on Political Voices Network. Republicans will protect us from America's #1 threat, and that is Hunter Biden's penis.
Yes.
I just love this. Hunter Biden called James Comer's bluff, and it appears to have worked. He agreed. He said he would testify to Comer's House Oversight and Reform Committee, but only if it was in public. Comer, of course, wants it behind closed doors, and then lashed out at the request for transparency. He hasn't revealed why he doesn't want Biden's hearing to be public. Oh, I know this.
What is
because
it,
it's a
Stephanie?
bold investigation, and everyone will see that if it's in public. So
Right.
of course he wants, because then they can say, "Oh, you wouldn't believe what happened. Oh my God, it's horrible.
Yeah.
How terribly
He choked
damning."
the judge with his giant picture.
Right, right.
It's the opposite of Trump, right? Who wants nothing in public.
And there had been two previous offers by the Biden team to cooperate with Comer that he rejected. I love this. Comer accused Democrats of being unable to act maturely during committee hearings 2 weeks after he yelled profanity and called Congressman
Another
a
guy,
Smurf.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. Oh, sure. It's Democrats that can't act. He said this will be testifying in public, but not in a chaotic scene where the Democrats who've already demonstrated they can't, conduct themselves in a mature, credible manner during a hearing. Really? You've got members kidney punching each other, shoving each other, calling each other whores. Really?
Yeah.
I mean, this party has no shame.
Poor old Comer Simpson can't get the trial he wants. Yeah, he won't come and testify. He only wants to do it in public. Why would he do it behind closed doors? Go!
Yay, Comer Simpson! I love it.
Hey.
Because if it was in public, then he would just go back through the hedges.
Uh-huh.
No, you, I got nothing.
Here.
Anita in San Antonio, you're on with Carlos. Hello, Anita.
Good morning. Hey, Carlos, do those people that argue with you, those so-called progressives, ever, or do they ever ask, do they even know all the things that Joe Biden has accomplished? Are they even aware of that? Because
No, they're only going to look at the negative.
Well, he has, he's got the infrastructure plan. He got $35 insulin. He's got the biggest expenditure on climate change that we've ever had. He's got, just now in Maryland, they reopened the world's largest steel company because of the Inflation Reduction Act. They were able to do that, and now they're going to be making windmills.
Right.
What he's doing has worked. He has the most pro-labor administration that we've ever had.
Yeah.
Or since FDR.
Yep.
I don't think these people would be happy with FDR.
No, they wouldn't be happy unless it's absolutely perfect in a vacuum. You have to exist in the real world. They can't exist outside their bubble. They imagine a fantasy where Jill Stein and Cornel West will have a ticker tape parade in Manhattan because they've done wonderful things without opposition, without ever being attacked, without ever having to face a Congress, without none of them. I don't believe Cornel West or Jill Stein has ever passed. I remember Todd Franks doing this. Has Jill Stein ever passed legislation? Let me know when she has. They've never passed any legislation. They've never had to deal in the real world.
Right. Yeah.
You're voting for a fantasy to make yourself feel better. Like, well, I didn't vote for this guy who did that. Well, that's fine. Then vote for Peter Pan or Santa Claus, because they have as much chance at winning, and they will do the same damage to democracy as your candidates.
Yeah.
Neither of them have legislative experience. They haven't passed any laws, but also neither of them have had any executive experience either.
Thank you.
I would like him to
Thank
have
you.
at least one of those, if not both,
Yeah.
like Biden has.
Yeah. By the way, speaking of this very, very mature party that knows how to conduct themselves, Roger Stone called Casey DeSantis, Ron DeSantis' wife, the C word.
Oh,
Oh, boy.
all right. Drop the C-bomb.
But I still want her tattoo on my back.
Yeah, I don't. That's a big bag of rats. I don't even want to. I don't know because he's going against Trump. So something. Okay. Well, she is the C word, Casey.
She is.
Well,
name is.
that's
We don't know
a
that
C-word.
about-
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
See you next.
Hold please.
Casey.
Oh, Bill in Jersey. There you are. Hi, Bill. You're on with Carlos.
Yeah, hi. Trump is an officer. He's an officer and a boogeyman. And anyway, do you know that these people running against him, Jill Stein will be 74 next year, Cornel West will be 72, RFK will be 70, Marianne Williamson will be 72. So they say Biden's too old. I mean,
yeah. And
you
they
know,
have,
it's
as
silly.
Chris points out, zero experience.
Right.
Right. Okay. By the way, so I mentioned this earlier. Speaking of attacks, Trump has set his sights on the wife of the New York Supreme Court justice presiding over his fraud trial. He shared at least 4 links links about Justice Engoron's wife. And by the way, the Engorons have not confirmed ownership of the social media account or any connection to the post, so we don't even know. And if they are real, I guess they don't have free speech. Only Donald Trump has free speech. But I mean, I don't know what you think, Carlos, is going to happen with the gag order ruling. But I don't know how long we're going to wait until somebody gets killed. We were going through these, I don't, hundreds of messages and death threats that they've gotten. These horribly racist, anti-Semitic, homophobic, you name it. Every kind of horrible threat to everyone that Donald Trump has targeted.
Yeah, he doesn't care. It's all about saving him. You could see Melania at the service for Rosalind Carter, just like, please let this service take a lot of hours. Please can somebody else come up and speak? I'm so happy here in the sunlight on the corner.
How about this one? Lawyers for Trump are trying to undermine Mike Pence's credibility by suggesting he may be in cahoots with Biden administration prosecutors. Attorneys suggested Pence may have felt incentivized to turn on Trump because of leverage held over him by government prosecutors investigating his handling of classified documents. What? First of all, there's no there there. No. Just like with Biden, it was inadvertent. They alerted the authorities. They gave him back. I mean, this is just, and we find out that Pence is just as spineless a weasel as we thought he was.
Always.
He absolutely was not going to preside over the electoral count vote because he's like, oh, it'll hurt my friend, and too many questions and too much.
You know who talked him into it?
He became, what's his name on Mad TV?
Yeah. Did you read this morning who talked him into it?
What's that?
Did you read this morning who talked him into it?
Who?
His son, his Marine son.
Yeah,
his Marine son said...
I was going to say Dan Quayle.
No, his Marine son said, I took an oath to the Constitution, and so did you.
Yeah, come on, Dad. You
so much for Mike Pence did the right thing, and Mike Pence is a patriot. No, he's not. He did everything he could.
His son did the right thing.
Called Dan Quayle's or any way I can...
corner to do it.
Yeah. If he thought there was any way he could legally overturn the election, he would have done it. Yeah. Right?
Yeah, can you put a banana peel on the stairs, and maybe I'll trip on the stairs and bump my head.
They're just such
and then finally knock that fly off my hair.
Someone needs to write a book about this era of the Republican Party, just called Profiles in Cowardice. All of them.
Yeah, and by the way, my Mike Pence sounded like a drunk Adam West. Sorry.
Pardon me?
I said, by the way, my Mike Pence sounded like a drunk Adam West.
Well, I mean,
we can slip on a banana peel and get that fly off my holy moly, Robin.
Kevin in D.C., you're on with Carlos.
Good morning, everybody. Fond memories. Adam West, my first Batman.
Yes.
We all remember our first.
Yes.
Let's just try to erase that whole Ben Affleck thing.
Right. Yeah, welcome back, Carlos. And I can't believe that here we are again. I've heard a lot of evidence and proof the other way that we will not lose our mind. We will go out to vote. Young people and others will do the right thing. But darn it, it shouldn't even be a question. What, Carlos? What is it about people that their memory goes down the drain? We had 8 years of a wide awake nightmare of Bush. Then we had 4 years and possibly even worse. I don't constantly need to bang my head on the wall to know that an unpleasant thing is not something I'm going to continue to do. And there's millions of people that just forget this. The worst you can say of Biden and the Democrats, any topic you want to name, it's not like it never happened. We have the experience of Bush. We have the experience of Trump, and people still do this. What's up with that?
You know what it is? There's no greater white privilege than assuming that your vote doesn't have consequences.
Thank you.
I can vote the way I want to do. Again, standing up in a lifeboat. I can stand up in a lifeboat, and if I tip the boat over, at least I felt better about myself.
We have to play this one of these Kelbell, the TikTok star, for you, because that's exactly.
I gotta have more Kelbell.
That's exactly what she's saying. Like, you know what? You ain't. They ain't no lifeboats for you.
It's white privilege.
Yes.
It's so
Yeah.
much white privilege.
Yeah, for black
say
and
that
brown
I
and
can
gay
vote-
and you, but all of our friends, like there ain't. Oh, do you want to go? We have one. Here's one. Yeah.
My husband and I talk about this a lot, and we frame it around home makeover shows, right? Like, you know, those home makeover shows where they give the owner of the house a sledgehammer and let them go to town on a wall, knocking it down, breaking it down, burning it down, whatever, right? It's because demolition does not take any skill. Right? Unless you are trying to preserve something, unless you're trying to preserve the foundation of the house, or you're trying to preserve like the support beams of the house that keep the roof from falling in on your head. Other than that, they give the owner a sledgehammer and say, go crazy. Because demolition takes no skill, and because the homeowner has already trusted that the developer and the builder is not going to allow them to break down anything that is important or super important to the structural foundation of the house. So all of y'all out there who are hollering about vote third party or don't vote for the Democrats or don't vote for Joe Biden or whatever, y'all are the homeowners with the sledgehammer just wanting to swing away and tear down everything. But some of us out here know how to read blueprints.
It's fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah, this is the same people accuse me of like you don't like black people, you're spoiled
Yeah.
rich guy liberal.
But you're
who
right.
doesn't care.
That's the white privilege. I'm going to owe the principal vote for Jill Stein because that's
It
Susan
makes me feel
Sarandon,
better because
you know,
Joe Biden
that's-
isn't perfect.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You're not going to get perfect.
Yeah,
and again, they're free from criticism. They're exactly what the Republican Party wants.
Yeah.
You think for a second if JFK Jr. had the stones to really lay into Trump and really lay into the part that he would be avoiding any type of criticism, they would
You
just
meant RFK
jump
Jr.
on him immediately.
JFK Jr. would be the dead running mate.
Whatever.
Future
Robert,
running mate.
the
of
guy with the
Trump.
thing in the
49 minutes.
Let me take my shirt off and do some push-ups. I'll be a great president. I hate vaccines. Blah, blah, blah.